Tyler Robert E. Lee High School is facing heavy scrutiny right now, and it has nothing to do with the ongoing construction. My co-host Shannon Curtis is in Tyler, where dozens are expected to gather this evening, demanding the school's name be changed. Hey, Shannon.
Now, hey, Aaron, you're right. This is actually the second time in the last couple of years that the proposed name change to Robert E. Lee High School has happened. And tonight, dozens are supposed to gather right here at the school board meeting that's supposed to occur tonight at 7 o'clock. And already there are a few people already out with signs and Black Lives Matter T-shirts. Now, earlier today, we did get a comment from the board president, Wade Washman, who had this to say. It reads in part, "We are, as a board, are well aware of the issues surrounding the names of both of our flagship high schools. We have heard from and anticipate hearing more from the community on the subject. This time in between school years will hopefully be used to discuss and find both consensus and meaningful resolution in a unified matter. Our thoughts on this matter will be limited to future board meetings where the topic is on the agenda and, of course, during our conversations with community members." Now, the proposed name change is not on the agenda for tonight's board meeting, so that means that comments regarding the name change can be limited both in the time and the amount of people who are allowed to speak on this. Of course, we'll be updating you more. I'll be out here live at 6 and 6:30 and have more details on the school board meeting and what was discussed then. Until then, our CBS 19's Peyton Whiteman looked back into the history of the proposed name change with Robert E. Lee.
Robert E. Lee High School was named after the Confederate general back in 1958 when it was built as an all-white school. This was 4 years after a law was passed for schools to begin integration. It wouldn't be until 1970 that segregation ended and Confederate imagery would be removed from the high school, yet the name stayed the same.
People, well, especially Black Tylerites, have been pushing for the name to be changed since the 60s.
The first time talk of changing REL's name came about with serious consideration was August of 2017, but it was the next summer when the city of Tyler would become divided.
So I don't want to go to a school that doesn't support our culture.
Community groups, students, and parents worked together at first, it seemed, with support from the board. Then over the months leading up to August, many board members would change their minds. Only Aaron Martinez, who remains on the board, spoke up and made a motion to change Robert E. Lee High School's name.
The fact that they wouldn't even vote on it, just since, like, it makes you feel like they didn't even take into consideration.
Another factor of the name change was the cost. But with the $198 million bond that passed in 2017 to rebuild both the district's high schools, some argued this meant it was the perfect time for a rebranding. Others said it wouldn't be right to change after the community voted on a bond for renovations to Robert E. Lee High School. Now the new school is almost finished and will open August. The cost of an estimated name change is about $1 million.
We've already put this on hold for long enough, so I think that the time is now to just go ahead and change it.
A Change.org petition has also been started in support of changing Robert E. Lee High School's name. Nearly 10,000 people have signed it so far.